Hey everybody, welcome to the kitchen of Price Mixing It Up. This is Price Mixing It Up. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Pamela. DIY gardening, real talk topics, cooking and mixing in the kitchen, travel and trips, on the water, on the plane, on the road, on the train. All right, so today we're going to make enchilada dip casserole. It's kind of something I gave a name to. Here are our ingredients, okay? So, of course, in a pan, you have your garlic, your bell pepper, and your onion. We're going to put some olive oil over this. We're going to use some enchilada sauce. I prefer mild. You can get medium or hot, whichever your preference is. Cream of celery soup, cream of chicken soup, and black olives and Kobe Jack cheese. And of course, some tortilla chips. I'm making 2 pans today, so we're doubling our recipe, and you'll see as we go. So let's get started here. Here's our mixture. And we have Old Bay, we got ground turkey, we got sea salt, we got black pepper. So let's get started with this part first. So you're just going to stir fry. And what this is getting that ground turkey a base, because you really have to know how to season ground turkey. So I'm using 2 pounds of ground turkey for this dish. So you can use as much meat or as less meat. You prefer ground beef, whatever you want. My preference is ground turkey. So I'm just going to go ahead and stir fry this together, get these seasonings all in here, and then after we get our ground turkey started, we'll add our dry seasonings in. So let's see what happens here next. This is what it's going to look like, okay? Almost looks like ground beef. So let's add some sea salt. Price mixing it up does not measure. So I don't know. Maybe I'm doing about 2 tablespoons of salt. Okay. Black pepper. Again, about 2 tablespoons of black pepper. You season to your flavor. Now, once you season and it gets done, you can add more if necessary. So for me, this is how I do it and how I get started. Okay, so plenty of black pepper because, again, ground turkey has no flavor. You want to make sure you flavor it. My garlic powder. So, yes, I did use minced garlic, but I also add garlic powder as well. Okay, so next we're going to use some Italian seasoning. Although this is more like a Mexican dish, I still add Italian seasoning for flavor. We're talking about ground turkey, y'all. So if you're making anything with ground turkey, you just want to add as much as you can to it. Look at that. Okay, some oregano is good. All right, so plenty of oregano. Maybe I'm using probably about 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of each of these seasonings as well. And then my Old Bay. So I know I already put salt in there, and Old Bay has some salt also. So be careful with the salt, y'all. Look at this. I'm just messy, huh? But it's all right. Okay, that's the Old Bay. So now we're just going to continue to cook it. That ground turkey is, sometimes you can't even tell when it's done because it won't be red. It will be light brown. It doesn't cook like ground beef. So because I added the olive oil in, that's what's giving the oil. But ground turkey usually does not have any oil or grease in it. So we're just going to cook this till it's well done. It looks like all pieces of it is brown, no pink, okay? Make sure any meat you cook is well done. This is what it looks like, y'all. Doesn't that look like ground beef? It's ground turkey. And, man, this is so good. It's flavorful. All right, so I'm just going to keep cooking until I feel like it's well done. Okay, we don't want anybody getting ill off of anything that Price Mixing It Up is cooking. Okay, so now let's get to the sauce. We're going to take the enchilada sauce. But we're going to start off with the soups, y'all. So let's put the soups in a pot, all 4 cans, because like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. If you're not doubling, just 1 can of everything. Add a little extra water to the soups. So there are 2 cans of cream of celery, 2 cans of cream of chicken. I'm going to add 2 cans of the enchilada sauce. And what we're going to do is just blend this together. Just let it warm so it can get creamy. All right. So that's the point of this. And this is your sauce right here. So this is going to be the flavor for the ground turkey. And once we add those chips in there, you're going to need this extra flavor in the sauce because you want to give it like a zest. You'll be so surprised of how this actually tastes like enchiladas. All right, so once we get this warm, it's going to look creamy. So I'm using a whisk just to make sure everything gets nice and creamy. All righty. Okay, so this is looking really good now. And so now we're going to start our layering. We have our meat, we have our sauce, okay? So one more thing I do is add a little extra sauce to the meat just to give it a little bit more of that enchilada flavor. Okay, so I don't have this on the fire at all. I'm just adding a little sauce, like you saw, 2 big spoons of it to the meat, and just stir that up, and it's going to taste like enchilada meat. All right, so I think of the enchilada from Taco Bell. I don't eat those at all anymore. We used to eat those back in the 70s. I haven't ate one in years, but this is what it reminds me of, an enchilada. Okay, so let's see what's next. Okay, you guys ready? We're going to start layering. Okay, got my pans, got my chips. I bought that large bag of chips from Costco. So if you're looking for that bag, it was, I think, like $6. Yeah. So what we're going to do is put the chips in the pan, and we're going to crunch them up, okay? So this is going to be the bottom layer, okay? So crunch, crunch, crunch. Enough chips to cover the bottom. You're going to have enough sauce to drip through and make it nice and moist. So that's the thing. You want to make sure you have enough sauce. You don't want this casserole to be dry. It should be nice and moist, not watery, but enough to where when you cut it, you'll see that it will make like nice slices. So you got your chips, and now we're just going to layer the meat. I don't put a lot of meat on each row because, again, I'm going to have probably like 3 rows here, maybe 2. We'll see. All right. Next is our sauce. Okay. So chips, plenty of chips to cover the bottom of the pan. As you can see, the meat is just sparingly. It's not covering every chip. If you want that much meat, go ahead and add some meat in like that. You'll see. All right, then I add olives. Okay, so we had a can of black olives, and I sliced mine up. Okay, and next we're going to add cheese. Okay, so we got chips, meat, sauce, olives, cheese. And that's going to be every layer. So once we do this, then we're going to start over with some more chips. Okay. So I'm just making sure it's evenly spread with the cheese because I do want that spread evenly. All right, more chips. All right, here it is. So I did like 3 layers, the same things. Just repeat the layers over and over and over. On the top, I'm actually going to add some more cheese. Okay, so I did chips and I'm going to add cheese. So that's the first one. Now, got enough meat to do a second one, enough sauce to do a second one. All right, so now what I'm going to do is set my oven temperature to about, I think I did about 350. And that should be good because the food is already done. You just want to heat it up, okay? So here they go. Pop them in the oven. Voila. There we're here. We're here. We're there. We're there. One cooked longer because I had put one in first and then the other as I was preparing it. Okay, y'all. Thank you. Can I get a whoop whoop?